It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Or is it a sad Friday? Because we've got the really cold temperatures back. Wow. Back to the deep freeze today. That's the big story for you on this Friday, January 19th. We have temperatures in the single digits. Wah, wah, wah. We are heading back into the Arctic as we get closer to the weekend forecast. Temperatures starting off in the single digits. We will only warm to the teens for most today. 18 degrees, the forecasted high temperature comes along with a stout northwest wind at 20 miles an hour, a wind chill advisory through tomorrow afternoon. And yes, some of you are waking up to a little bit of new winter weather. That's primarily up along and north of Highway 54, where we saw some snow showers overnight. So definitely some slick spots possible still this morning. Also, if you still had any snow lingering around on some of the side streets, the untreated areas, or the places that weren't shoveled, there could be some slick spots again this morning with some refreezing of the slushy spots. So keep that in mind on your way out the door. It's just going to be downright cold again today. I don't have any winter weather in the forecast, so I guess at least that's some good news for you. We are back to the deep freeze, though, so bundle up. Again, today you need all of the winter layers, and with that wind chill advisory in place, it's really just another one of those days where it's dangerous to be outside. It's dangerous to have your skin exposed for any amount of time. So if you have to get out today, make sure you dress in layers. We want everybody to stay safe and warm. Don't let your guard down. This is dangerous winter weather. Some of you might even want to drip those faucets again if you're concerned about that overnight tonight, as low temperatures fall back to the low single digits, about 2 degrees for the low temperature tonight. The weather setup, it shows that a cold front pushed through the Ozarks yesterday. It allowed for all that Arctic air to be in place overnight. Central Missouri seeing a new little coating of snowfall, dusting to an inch to our friends to the north, and we are now dealing with the cold weather. We have some sunshine in the forecast today, but it's not going to be a nice day to get outdoors. I promise you that. Wind chill advisory through noon tomorrow. That's for everybody in the Ozarks and almost the entire state of Missouri and Arkansas. We're seeing some really cold temperatures in Arkansas today, too. You're not getting left out of this one. We will stay rain and snow free for the remainder of today, but I have some weekend weather that you will really want to pay attention to the forecast for. So don't let this be the last time you listen to the weather forecast before this weekend. Check back in on the website around here on Sunday night, because there could be some freezing rain potential moving back into the Ozarks as our next push of moisture comes through. The weekend forecast is just looking cold. I think we stay dry today, tomorrow, and on Sunday during the daylight hours. Sunday night, though, we start to see the cloud cover increase and temperatures could be cold enough that we could support some freezing rain for a period of time through Sunday night, lasting through early in the day on Monday, maybe even through Monday afternoon. Before all of this starts to melt, the temperatures warm up and we see the freezing rain turn into rain. Any amount of freezing rain, though, can cause some problems. And here's the other issue. With temperatures today at 18 degrees, lows tonight near 2 degrees, and then highs tomorrow in the low teens, we are talking a rock solid frozen ground. So anything that does fall as freezing rain Sunday night into Monday morning, it's going to stick immediately. So impacts will be seen from this, perhaps for the Monday morning commute. This is something you'll really want to watch. And I mentioned the good news here. It's that temperatures warm up through most of next week. So our freezing rain will transition over into just rainfall, but it could cause some problems before that transition actually happens. And temperatures will be critical on Sunday. So make sure you're watching that number. Check the forecasted temperature, check your thermometer before you head outside. Make sure it's not below 32 degrees, because if it is, chances are what you're getting is freezing rain, and there are slick spots all over the place. Next week, we are warmer. That is going to be a welcome warm up in the Ozarks after really almost 2 full weeks of really cold below average temperatures through the middle of the month. January does look to end on a warmer note. I think we will be below freezing for a period of time on Monday of next week. And then really the rest of next week looks okay. We'll get this soaking rainfall through Tuesday, and temperatures will be much, much better. We could see some potential for some ice here in the Ozarks, but we're not the only ones talking ice headlines. Last night, in fact, we had some ice reported in the Nashville area. They had record snowfall, typically what they get in a season, all in just 2 days last week. And now they're dealing with some ice early this morning. So it's slow going in Tennessee this morning. We also have ice in the headlines for the Northwest, the Pacific Northwest, seeing some ice after a snowstorm there too. And then another bitter cold weekend is in store for us here in the Midwest. That's going to be making national headlines over the weekend too. Iowa is going to see a temperature close to like minus 24 degrees. It's going to be crazy. That happens later tonight. We have heavy lake effect snow then continuing for much of the Great Lakes. So winter is still staking claim on our weekend across the country, definitely here in the Ozarks and really all across the country too. Even those Texans are getting in on some of the cold, and they've been dripping their faucets too. And another little reinforcing shot of cold air comes through for them this weekend also. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question. This is the question that I left you with yesterday. Which of these soft drinks has the least amount of caffeine? Mountain Dew, zero sugar. B, Coca-Cola with coffee. C, Pepsi, zero sugar. Or D, regular Mountain Dew. The least amount of caffeine. Winner goes to the least likely suspect here. Can you believe it is regular Mountain Dew? D, the answer. It contains less caffeine than Mountain Dew, zero sugar, Coca-Cola with coffee, or Pepsi, zero sugar. Believe it or not, Coca-Cola with coffee has the least amount of coffee out of all of these. No, thank you. Give me the coffee, straight black. I'll take all the caffeine. Thank you very much. So congrats. If you picked D, that was the answer today. You could get a cup of coffee at Scooters if you entered that on the website aroundtheozarks.com. Here's another chance to win a $20 gift card to Scooters Coffee. This is the question that I'll answer for you on Monday. Portland, Oregon. They've had some wild weather. They've been in the headlines the last couple of days for snowfall and now ice. So let's do a question about them, shall we? Here it is. The city of Portland, Oregon almost had a different name, but the founders settled the name dispute by playing which simple game? Do you think it was decided, Portland, Oregon, over A, rock, paper, scissors, B, tic-tac-toe, C, a thumb war, or D, a coin toss? Let me know what you think. You can do that aroundtheozarks.com. Bundle up today. It's just going to be another brutally cold weekend. Indoor activities it is for us today, tomorrow, even on Sunday. Keep in mind, we could see some of that winter weather on Sunday night, so make sure you check the website for the weather forecast all weekend long. You can find it at aroundtheozarks.com. I'll be back with you early Monday morning, hopefully not slipping and sliding all over the place with ice in the forecast. Have a fantastic weekend despite the cold weather, and stay warm.